Arnold, Arnoldson, Arnoldowski, Arnoldowski, Brewer, Brewer, Brewer.
He's at a sick event. It's called the Wolfpack Ninja Tour. Megan Martin told Flip Rodriguez and Joe Moravsky that Adam Rail and Modern Tarzan said they were going with Jake Murray and Ian Dory. I guess it's pretty serious.
Thank you, Christy.
Oh, no problem whatsoever.
No problem indeed. She's always willing to help. Join the Wolfpack Ninja Tour. It's sick and serious. And I should know, because I'm a doctor and I don't just play one on TV.
Hi, welcome to Represent, WeXL's television show where we feature creative excellence and innovation in storytelling and social impact. I'm Arabella.
I'm Belgica.
And I'm Ci'era.
And we have today our esteemed mentor, David Jacobson, and we call him Dr. J. So Dr. J, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we just saw one of your works of art. Can you tell us about it?
Yes.
Sure, thanks. So it's a bit of storytelling, which is what we're here to talk about, and it was done for a client of mine called Wolfpack Ninjas. So I run a marketing communications consultancy called Inkflow Communications. Wolfpack is one of my clients, and it's a group of American ninja warriors that have banded together to fight childhood obesity. They're making the world healthier one kid at a time. Mm-hmm. They had an opportunity with Christy Swanson, who is the woman who is the main speaking part in that video. She did that originally as an actress in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So the problem was posed to me as a consultant. What do we do with Christy Swanson? She wants to work with us. And I decided that she should redo the lines from Ferris Bueller. So all those people that she named are within the Wolfpack Ninja Tour members. And the doctor at the end is Noah Kaufman, the founder of the organization, who's an actual ER doctor. And so he's got a joking reference to Robert Young, who played Marcus Welby, MD, and had that line in the Sanka commercial in the 70s about, I don't just play one on, or I do just play one on TV.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of meta in its own way, but it gets the point across as far as the Wolfpack Ninjas promoting their events.
Yeah, that's such a cool idea, to bring not only, I'm a huge fan of the show, but not only to bring that, but also bring yet another thing that you can give back to the community and make the world a better place, make a lot of people's lives better. So that's so cool. And I wanted to ask you, I know your job is a lot about, okay, we need to make money, we need to make this work to, make money, but how do you allow your creativeness to come out, and how do you balance your work?
It's not always easy, and you need to pay the bills, and the clients certainly need to pay their bills. So that is one of the guiding lights. Mm-hmm. But the fun part of the creativity is to operate within those strictures. If the strictures weren't there, it wouldn't be quite as fun.
And I absolutely love that what you said, because I feel like we all experience it in really similar ways, where we're given something and it's like, okay, well, in order for me to enjoy it, I need to bring some of myself into this. And it's great to just be able to kind of have some kind of pushback to it, because that's when you really get creative and you're like, whoa, I'm so glad I had these obstacles, because now I was able to make this new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
All
Ci'era?
the time. All the
How
time.
so?
All the time. It just depends. I know being an independent artist, money is always an issue. So I always have to get creative. I'm constantly making my own props, or always just doing everything myself outside of holding the camera, which is difficult to be the talent and hold the camera.
Yeah. But, put the tripod, timer.
Right. I want to get one of those gorilla goat things that you throw on the wall. Mm-hmm. But that's one of my main things. I'm always making my own props or making my own costumes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for David about
that? David, so I guess being an independent artist myself, and then also speaking for other artists who are trying to escape the corporate world, like how did you make that transition to just say, this is what I'm gonna do and I'm gonna make a living off of it?
There's probably 2 or 3 parts to that answer. So first of all, I came up as a journalist, and I always knew that I wanted to be a writer and have been able to make a living at that. Never going to be wealthy, and learn to live within that set of constraints, but at the same time take great reward from the independence and from the ability to balance the need for self-expression with the need for commerce. So you have to be from a comfortable starting position when you make that foray. At least that's what I've had to do. I couldn't have done it without a solid basis of a career for a couple of decades before going out on my own. So sometimes you may have to sacrifice the artistic part temporarily or be prepared to live in a lot more discomfort than I was ready to deal with.
Yes.
Or find other outlets. Like for me, I know when I don't have that many like acting jobs or commercial jobs that I've booked, I have a YouTube channel and I'm like, I can do whatever I want. And that's like another creative outlet. Sometimes I find myself like depressed or anxious about different like relationships, my boyfriend, my family, whatever. And then when I'm editing, when I'm making YouTube videos, it's just like such an amazing creative outlet that you are in complete control of, which is amazing. It's not like somebody like, this is a job, do it the way we want you to do it. So there's always like finding other things that will fulfill that part of you too.
Yeah.
Well, if you do just do what they ask you to do, they're not going to like it. That's the beauty of being a consultant or an artist or both, is that you can bring your own flair to it within the constraints that we already talked about. And if you don't, you're not adding value for the client anyway, and they're not going to like your work. You're not coming back if you don't put some heart and soul into it, no matter how corporate it feels at the beginning.
Right, I love that.
Yeah, and that's why, actually, David, you know, we brought you on the show today because you have always been a mentor for us since our early days back in 2018. and it's been incredible to see as our organization grows, the kind of guidance that you give to us. But one of the things that I really I'm very grateful for is your ability to help us like create that balance and also understand we have a couple of different audiences within WeXL, right? So we have our emerging creative minds, our creative minds of from underserved communities who are trying to make it as artists and also as professionals, or just trying to get and move the needle into that space. And then we also have our mentors, and our mentors come in from different walks of life, whether they're entrepreneurs like you, who run their own marketing agency or PR firm, or they're a corporate, executive like John Gillis, who you actually have met, ci'era, and also you. And he works at Microsoft, but he's a former NBC News producer. So definitely has had that sort of creative side to him. And I constantly meet more mentors. I sat down with one of my friends. She's a marketer, and one of the things she said, she loves her job at a tech company, but she's looking to be creative again. And so I said, go take stand-up comedy. She's like, oh, that's excellent. So the biggest thing that we really want to send out to the world and launch today and tell everyone is how we're formalizing what this sort of community is, this sort of two-pronged community of emerging creative minds and then our mentors. And it's called the WeXL Impact Network. And a lot of the work that we've been doing since David has been working with us and helping us along as our mentor is to really figure out what is this community. And as you were drawn to WeXL. And can you tell us why you were drawn to it? And why you're still here.
Sure.
He's still here. It's awesome.
So initially, I found a video that Arabelle had made on Instagram through the weird connections that social media provides. And I really enjoyed the video and looked her up online and found WeXL. It's something that resonates with me because of my own experiences with diversity throughout my life, from playground basketball at age 8 onward. And it's important that we diversify the faces and voices within media, in front of the camera, behind the camera, and in all other aspects of engineering and production and the like. So that's what drew me to the organization, and you all have been so nice to me, and I've had such a learning opportunity that you can't get rid of me anyway. So that's why I'm still here.
And that's excellent that you've said that, because you've also learned from mentoring us, right? And I think that's really cool. And I believe that we always say we excel, but together we excel. And I don't know, maybe it's a little cheesy, but I love it.
It's true. It's true. This is what we're doing. This is why you built it, so that we can, especially like being independent artists of color, like WeXL is everything. I know I'm certainly telling everybody about it. So yeah, thank you, David, for being a part of the team and being a mentor and just having like the willing spirit to not only like teach, but also learn.
Absolutely. It's a very rewarding part of teaching. I learned that recently. I did some volunteer work for an organization called Citizen Schools that provides after-school programming. So I taught creative writing to a group of middle school students in an underserved middle school in Redwood City around here. And that was one of the most stunning things to me, was how much I learned from the students. And I'd had that experience as a basketball coach before, but I've been out of coaching for a few years. And there were just a couple of really jarring moments in terms of learning what kids are going through and how they have to process things, especially in underserved communities and other kind of challenged populations.
Yeah.
And now that you've heard about the sort of formalized, named version of our community, the WeXL Impact Network, which is WIN, what are your thoughts about that, Elhika? Like, what kind of mentoring are you seeking out in our community, and also giving out as well?
I think one of our next guests, Rosie, she does something that I am really passionate about, and I want to find different ways to move forward, but finding people who can help me understand, okay, how can we get more jobs for actors in the Bay Area, because I'm an actress, and I think there's so much talent here, and a lot of the castings aren't done here. When big shows are like 13 Reasons Why, all that's done in LA, and then every extra and the smaller roles are done here. So I want to learn how I can help, make the Bay Area a bigger hub for TV and film. And I want to be able to mentor other people, like starters. I can show you everything I have, which is what I do on YouTube already. I try and mentor, people that know less than me, and I try to learn from people that know more than I do.
How about you, ci'era? What do you need? What would you like to see from the mentor community, or just WeXL Impact Network?
I don't know. I just kind of feel like, for me personally, right now in this moment, WeXL has everything. So like, as far as like that's what I like about WeXL, is that it's for everybody. You can find something for you.
And I would really like it to be something that the idea of for us, by us, which is already an organization, a company, right?
Right.
So, I mean, for you, David, what would you like to see with the WIN?
Well, my business is built on demonstrating the impact that my clients are having through the stories that I tell, a little bit like the Ferris Bueller example that we showed. And there are a few others that are lengthier, too long to show here. But the whole point is the client organizations have to be able to demonstrate their worth to funders, whether those be paying customers or donors or board members or what have you. And the best way to do that is through storytelling. And the best way to do that for WeXL is demonstrating our capacity and worth as a diverse community of creative voices, so that corporations and other powers that be, funders, etc., and people who need to communicate with diverse audiences can do a better job of all those things. So if the proof is in the pudding, and we can make that pudding and show it as this is what we're talking about in action for you, the customer, donor, etc., then everybody does win.
Absolutely. And that's interesting because, hearing from you two and what you need in terms of the creative space, but then also, for me and David, we always talk about how do we engage our partners and our other mentors to give to our community so that we can have resources to, fly Caesar here from New York and tell his stories, or, get more opportunities to tell better stories about our community and what they're doing to make that impact. So we really are WeXL Impact Network. Together we excel. And I don't know.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. I'm excited. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you for coming in front of the
Thank
camera
you so
today.
much.
And if you guys want to learn more about WeXL and, to see what we're up to in the future, what we have been up to in the past, follow us on Instagram, WeXL, and also on YouTube. Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can use the YouTube space.
Yay.
So go ahead and do that for us, please. Go log in and do that for us.
Yes.
Well, thanks a bunch for having me. You guys are terrific, and I really enjoy working with you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. And check out David on our website. We'll have him up on the WeXL Impact Network Mentors page.
I'm excited about the scene that we are going to do. It's all
Awesome.
yeah.
Hi, welcome to Represent. This is WeXL's television show where we feature diverse creative excellence in storytelling and social impact. I'm Arabella.
I'm Belgica.
And I'm Ci'era.
So for this segment, we have Rosie Cruz, one of our mentors and also an amazingly creative woman. Thank you so much for being here, Rosie.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. This is great.
So one of the many titles you have is you're the founder of the Actors Conference. And tell us more about the work that you do here in the Bay Area and beyond.
I've always been an actress since I was little, but I've traveled back and forth to LA. My home is here. It's always been here. And a few years ago, I just really rooted myself and committed to staying and developing in the Bay Area. When I have a lot of kids. And so it was really hard to go. but I just thought it was really important to, work with the talent that was here. I really love the Bay Area. I think that there's so much talent just across the board in filmmaking and just all the arts. But I thought that, there was probably a lot of people like me that did the same thing, did the big commute from San Francisco to LA. And I did discover many people did that, and there's this huge community. So what I did was I just brought my the people that I made relationships with over the years and asked them if they would come up and teach a small group. And so for a long time there, I had some really great mentors and coaches come up and do what I did, which was attend classes, did networking parties and all this stuff, and they would come, and it was for them it was like a breath of fresh air. They had new creatives that they could coach. It was a different kind of vibe up here, and then eventually it turned into a conference. I went to a bunch of different conferences, like about a 2-year span, and I thought, well, why aren't we treated like actors, that is, like professionals? We could have the same thing. I think I was at the American Film Market, and I was looking around, I'm thinking, this is really great. How come we don't have anything where we could pull in all of our mentors and coaches and professionals and really have a conversation around the professional area of acting and really develop that part of us up here. And so I created a weekend event where there was a bunch of workshops, and then there was a bunch of panel speaking events, and then there was a bunch of networking events. And it was an amazing event. It was so fun. There was so much great energy there. People felt like there was more to what they were doing. You know, they were part of a bigger, a big picture, and they never up here, and they never felt that way before. And I didn't. I was just amazed that all these things were happening, and there was so much connection, and you know, there was no gatekeeper. You know, there was just artwork just being developed and connections being made, and it really was a fun weekend. And so that took off, and then we started doing more workshops as a community, and more networking as a community, and really getting out there and meeting people and just expanding on our own relationships within you know, the community, and then really building on that professionally. So it was a really it was just a really great platform for actors to just get out there. And so now I, along with a couple other people, managed to bring more, you know, coaches up here, more mentors, and integrating more professionally down there and back and forth. So it's been a huge thing. It's been fun. It's been a couple of years now that's happened, that weekend event. And so I think we're going to bring it back really soon, but just reformat it a little differently.
Yeah, that's so exciting to hear. I last year went to LA apartment shopping, and I was like, okay, we're gonna move, we're gonna do this. And I kind of had a breakdown. I was like, I don't want to move to LA. Like, I hate it here. Like, I want to be here because of all the opportunities, but like, we went on a hike, smog, so many people, and I was just like, oh my God, I love the Bay Area, you know? And just for opportunity. And it's so great to hear all of the things you're saying about like the commute and the travel. I've considered a second apartment in LA.
Yes, there are many people that do that.
Yeah.
So it, you know, when I was doing it, I didn't uncover all the people, you know, the community that was going back and forth. They're really, really quiet about what they did.
Yeah.
It was almost like it was this underground community, and even I know quite a few people that still do it, still have the apartment. They have agents down there, and they don't even disclose that they live up here.
Like where they live,
And some of them actually come back around, and they get employment through the production companies up here. And they get it through their agent down in LA.
Yeah, I have so many friends like that moved to LA 6 months ago, a year ago, and they're always in town. I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, I got a gig up here, and I'm like, I thought you moved to LA to get more gigs. Like, what's happening, you know? And one of the things that I kind of like, it came out in me, I guess, when I went apartment shopping in LA was, I want to help bring more jobs to the Bay Area. Because just like you, I have so many talented friends who are so amazing, writers, you know, directors, everything, and actors that I know that are so talented. And I want to help bring more jobs to the Bay Area, because we need to eat, so we need to make money, you know? So and just like the art in the Bay Area is so beautiful, where I feel like a lot of people in LA, maybe their biggest goal is to be famous and rich, where for me, for example, I just want to have money through acting, you know? So the way that I want to do that is just encourage more people to be artists in the Bay Area. And I love encouraging people to get YouTube channels in the Bay Area. So I am actually an admin for a Facebook group for Bay Area YouTubers. And so I just like encourage them, meetups. I'm like, let's keep going. Like, we'll get jobs, like, you know, or make money off of YouTube, or be a hybrid actor on YouTube and on camera, on, you know, TV, whatever. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you think we can do, just us, with WeXL, or just myself individually? What can we do to kind of help that, even in the smallest way?
Well, I think what you're doing is amazing. Social media is, you know, we didn't have that, 15, 20 years ago. And it's such a great platform to get out there and practice. I think as an artist, you have to practice.
Oh yeah.
It's a discipline, right? Every art is a discipline, so you really do have to practice. You have to find your group of your little tribe to bounce things off of, and you have to continue to pursue it doesn't really matter how you pursue it. It's just you have to find your reason why you do it, and that gets you out of the gate and it keeps you going. You know, everybody has their reasons why. You know, down in LA, I know there's quite a few of the, you know, their purpose is to get rich and famous, but really this is about storytelling, like you were saying before when we were having a conversation a long time ago. It is about the storytelling. For actors, we look at human behavior and we tell the story of a real person or a caricature, but it tells the story of humanity. And when you put those stories together with writing, with filmmakers who do all the visuals, all the stimulation, it all tells a story, you know, and it moves, and it helps us to connect and understand one another on different levels. So you have to practice, and that's the one thing you have to do. And you have to honor and respect your practice and your discipline. And when you do that, other people will start to think in the same way and take you seriously.
Yeah, and pay attention to it and get something from it, you know, because sometimes you get healing from it. Sometimes you just get silliness from it, you know. And I always encourage people, like, they're like, oh, can I be on your YouTube channel? Like, they get excited. I'm like, you know, you can just log in and make a YouTube channel yourself too. Like, you can create too. And they're like, oh, I don't want to because I want to like have it organized and I want it to get really big. And I'm just like,
but those are obstacles that people create on their own.
Exactly.
And that is a thing for it's a creative block. But, you know, I wanted to ask you, I wanted to tell, the beauty of how we even all met, right? In the beginning. And on this side of the table, we three met at the Bay Area Film Mixer. We did. And it was, in September last year or August?
It wasn't that long ago.
I mean,
but it felt like we knew each other.
It was just kind of magical. And I was just at the Bay Area Film Mixer last night. Miss you. You know, we all are part of it. And I think it's a very beautiful community that Dave and Marcus have created. And it's really, you know, I was a little bit saddened by a friend of mine, and her husband said that they want to go move to Atlanta, and because they're just so tired of being in the Bay Area and the cost of living, and you know, just a lot of mismanagement in the city. And I honestly felt that way a few months ago, and I told my husband, maybe it's time for us to move back to the East Coast and move to New York City. And then something happened, just even recently, and I went to the Center for Asian American Media's film festival, and I watched Chinatown Rising. And Chinatown Rising is about how Chinatown banded together to make sure that the Chinese people got their rights. And this was in San Francisco, and they banded together with the Black movement, and the Black Panthers were actually helping the Chinese in Chinatown. And I said, you know what? San Francisco is the heart of this social activism. And you know, I wanted to ask you also, Ci'era, you moved here from Virginia. Why did you, and as an actor, I mean, you changed your careers, right? So why would you choose San Francisco instead of Los Angeles?
People ask me that all the time. And honestly, the honest answer is I had no idea what I was doing. I did not know anything about California. I thought that LA was California. I just thought it was like one. I just thought it was like one thing. I didn't know it was sections. I didn't know that Oakland or San Francisco was like 8 hours away from LA. I didn't know what I was doing. I literally I went to Google and I typed in new life in California. I love that. It's so good. I love that. I just let it happen to me. And then I'm like, if I'm gonna move, the first thing I need is structure, because that in Virginia, it's very easy. Like, I don't have, if I want an apartment, I just go get it. You know, like the only thing that I couldn't get in Virginia was a husband and and you know, like a good acting career without me having to be a slave as, you know what I'm saying, like a person of color in the entertainment industry. Because fun fact.
Oh, you don't mean a character?
Right. What you mean?
Also.
We mean
a slave as a character. Is that what you mean?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because in Virginia, it's like, you know, it's a time period. So they do a lot of like Civil War stuff and like slavery stuff. So nobody was really writing my narrative anyway as a Black woman. So I just felt so it just wasn't enough. And then I just kind of like reached the top as far as I could go there. So I was like, I need to like go jump in a bigger pond. And so that's how that started. And plus I got fired from my job, so whatever.
That was a sign.
And really, it was a big sign. And so like I just literally like filled out like questionnaires from like different schools because I knew like I'm like, okay, so I have to get into my community. I have to find my people so that I won't get caught up in the 9 to 5, go home, eat a snack, go to bed, wake up, eat, do it all over again. Because I'm both extroverted and introverted, and it's very easy for me to go introverted because that's the safe space. What did I do?
So I mean, you actually brought it back to the community, which is really what I actually have an announcement for WeXL for us, and I need your minds around it and your excitement, because actually Rosie and WeXL, Rosie's company, the Actors Conference, and WeXL, we are putting on the Creos, which is an annual award show and gala next year in October 2020.
That's right.
October 2020. And wait for it, it's celebrating creative excellence, diverse creative excellence, and innovation in storytelling and social impact. And we believe that this could truly bring back heart, purpose, and creativity in the Bay Area. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do it. We have the money here, and we have the talent.
Right,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think we have an amazing talent, and I think you coming here was meant to be.
Yes.
I think that there's not only just great talent, but you know, film was one of the first early technologies ever, right? And so it needs to. It's always changing. The industry, the entertainment industry, it's always changing. It's always evolving, and it's working to keep up. But there is there needs to be a conversation and a language that they need to communicate together, the tech and the entertainment industry. And I noticed when I have a new company called Coda Tribe Entertainment, it's an executive producer team. And we've been trying to understand how, you know, tech people talk and how to merge the language among filmmakers and producers. And we noticed that there was a break in communication. So we tried to merge that in talking to everybody around town. And I think that this is important, having something like this, an event that could really bring them together and have conversations around telling stories, because honestly, social media is all about telling stories, personal stories around the world. And it's technology that is allowing us to connect and really converse.
And thank you for bringing it there, because social media and technology has allowed us to become not just a hyper-local community, but we're a global community. We're producing Peacock, and VJ is from India, and he was a San Francisco Film School student. And we met him at the Bay Area Film Mixer again. You know, but yet the Creos will not just celebrate local talent, but also connect it to the global movement that we have, the globalization. And now I think through that is that communication you're looking for. So I mean,
I'm so excited.
it's so exciting.
So much here. There is a true diversity here, and you can hear the voices of all, you know, the ethnic
multiculturalism,
There we go, thank you.
ethnicity. Yes.
And we're not just one. Some of us are, second, third generation multi-ethnic, like
Yes.
myself. My dad is Native American and Hispanic, and my mom is Korean, and we did do a DNA test. She's also a little Japanese. But, that I grew up thinking that, I had to be one or the other.
Right,
Yes.
absolutely.
Because of media.
Right.
And then, of course, there's many more influences there, but I didn't know that there was you could be more than one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so.
And that's so much that we celebrate here and also start to understand. And I just want you to learn more about Rosie and her work on our website, WeXL.org. Join our communities online by going to Instagram, WEXL.org, and just come and start the conversation with us. And if you're lucky, I'll add you to our Slack channel. Yeah, that's not publicized. So come, join us, join WeXL, and until next time.
Stay tuned for the next little portion, though.
Yes, Peacock.
Being a gangster, it's a lot harder than it seems, man.
The hardest part is getting new gang members.
Yeah, man, yeah.
And most gangs have a blood in, blood out membership policy.
Yeah, not us though. Because if you need to kill someone to join the gang and kill someone to leave,
It's difficult to find people that are willing to do that.
all that, man. That's why we have an access card.
Access card.
As far back as I can remember, I wanted to be a gangster. Being a gangster is all about being cool. I be representing the coolest city in the world, man. Fremont, California.
If there are gangsters around here, it's because there's nothing else to do.
Being a gangster ain't about being cool. Nah, where you going? It's about protecting your hood.
I've already seen some positive changes in my life since joining the gang. For example, now I go to Chipotle and I order a water cup, but I fill it up with soda instead.
My name be Peacock, cause Peacock be the national bird of India.
You guys ever heard of Peacock?
Peacock who? Peacock the bird?
Peacock one of the people, man, you know what I'm saying? He be rolling the hood, man, you know, like that, man, you know.
Only guy in his gang is some white guy.
I think Peacock is a pretty cool dude.
He's probably not a gangster.
My name is Peacock Gupta, and I am a gangster.
That's the thing about Peacock. He's such a nice boy. He helps me out so much. I can't make it to the store anymore on my own. I'm too old, and he always goes and brings me everything I need. You know, that's the thing about Mexicans. They work so hard.
Hi, welcome to Represent, WeXL's television show where we feature diverse creative excellence and innovations in storytelling and social impact. I'm Arabella.
I'm Belgica.
And I'm Ci'era.
Okay, so we have a new co-host, ci'era. Okay. I think you could do a better job introducing yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yes, I will. Thank you, Arabella. First, thank you for inviting me to be a WeXL co-host. This is a piece of my dream. Not just WeXL, but just co-hosting in general and giving my opinion on how I see things, because nobody says the things that I'm thinking because everybody is afraid to tell the truth. So that's one of my things. But a little bit about me. I'm a transplant from Richmond, Virginia. I've been in the Bay. This will be my 3rd year here this summer. Yeah, I'm an actress, model, singer, dancer, writer, producer, director, you name it.
Multi-talented.
I do it.
So, what were you doing before?
Living a miserable life. I was seriously, I was miserable. I did nursing for about 15 years because I did it like straight out of high school. And I originally wanted to be a beautician, but my mom was like, no, you're gonna take up nursing. So that's what I did. And eventually I got to a point where like I've literally like tried other things outside of that, but like nothing was like really sticking. And so I had like this big bucket list, and I literally like went through my list, and like acting was like the last thing on there. And I was like, that's it, it's nothing left, I gotta go for it. And so I went for it, and it was the thing that I fell in love with. And so I did it for probably about like 3-4 years back home in Virginia, and then I pretty much reached the plateau for there. So that's why I was like, I have to move because I don't know like how else I'm supposed to like get gigs and stuff like that. So I moved here, and I started going to school in San Francisco, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, she's a fellow actor.
Yeah,
I know.
And we met through the Bay Area Film Mixer.
Yes.
Is that where we first met?
No, I think we first met with Arabella.
At her workshop.
Yeah,
At the WeXL workshop.
Yeah,
which I worked with Jackie Dallas on a few commercials. And
I love Jackie.
Then, oh, she's amazing.
Yes.
And then after that, she was like, hey, there's this thing that you can go to, and it's free. And I was not gonna go to that. I was like tired, I had to take BART. I was like, okay, I'll go. So then I went, and I met you guys, and I was like, I can't believe I almost missed out on all of this.
All of this.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't go.
Is that the one where Jackie was doing the whole...
Yeah, the Google community
I
space.
still have those notes.
So informational.
Yeah.
She's talking about agents and managers
Everything.
and where
How
to
to get
find
paid.
jobs.
Yeah, all of
how
that.
she got on all of these shows, because she's been on Stranger Things and just on a bunch of stuff. And it was just so
You
such
know
an
how we got Jackie?
How did you get her?
Jackie was hired through, like, basically one of my friends, Emily, who was in my Meisner Technique class, summer class. We became friends. Yes, just for a little bit. Well, and she's like, oh, you know, if you want a workshop, I'll totally get Jackie. And then Emily also connected us to Antonio, who is directing the show, his first WeXL show, Represent show. No, not his first WeXL show. His first Represent show at the Midpen Media Center. And then also at the Bay Area Film Mixer, we also saw VJ's a movie, Peacock.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, the reason it's really interesting, because imagine if you stayed home. Imagine if we didn't get Jackie to do this workshop, and the only reason why I was at the Bay Area Film Mixer was because Jackie had a table and invited me, right? And then we totally jammed. We were just like, okay, you're awesome. You're awesome. Okay, we should tell these people, these guys, that they have to have more women of color on their movies.
Duh.
We literally said that to VJ.
No, well, Peacock, again, I'm guilty of doing this a lot, but I almost didn't go to the Bay Area Film Mixer either. Because again, I have to, like, you know, it's kind of far from me, San Francisco, and I almost didn't go. I knew we were there. I was like, okay, I'm going to go with my new friend Arabella. I need to help out WeXL, you know. And then they did these previews of the trailer for Peacock and Douchaholics and just all this stuff that was created here. My friend Shani Zakowski was in Snaggletooth. Do you guys remember that one?
It was so good. And you know the reason why I actually heard about the Bay Area Film Mixer to go was because, I'm sorry, this was before. Snaggletooth got me to go to Scary Cow, which also expanded, which is all of these things that is just happening in the Bay Area that I'm really excited about.
So much film in the Bay Area.
And then I also have a video of us that we made, silly us making stuff together with VJ, who we then roped into helping us with just getting creative, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, the whole point of this is we just need to keep being involved.
Yeah,
with
don't
each
stay
other.
home, don't get lazy. Get your booty out there to the film mixer, go to the premieres, And because this specific one, the Bay Area Film Mixer, it happens, I want to say once a quarter or something like that. And they show different premieres, and the directors, writers, producers, actors, like they're usually there. Bring your business card, bring your headshot.
All of it.
And you get to meet them, and you can ask them like, hey, I would love to be a part of your thing.
Yeah.
Like, Peacock, I went up to VJ and I was like, hi, my name is Belgica. I used to live in Hayward. I was like, I live in Hayward next to Fremont, because part of the story is like they're gangsters in Fremont. You guys should definitely watch it. It's on Amazon.
Oh, we're going to show the trailer.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, no, finish your story and then we'll show the trailer.
So I went up to him and I was like, so this is amazing. I'm an actress, so next time you need somebody, like, I'm willing to do anything for you. Like, if you want me to be behind the camera, in front of the camera, like, I just love it. I want to be a part of it because it's so great. And Douchaholic, same thing. I was like, I want to audition for you. This is amazing. Like, just so much great stuff.
I'm in
You're on Douchaholic.
Is that up on Amazon now?
Yeah.
I need to go watch it.
It's on Amazon and Vimeo.
And providing the diversity too, right? It's beautiful.
Everybody's in love with Queen Douche. Just what the doctor ordered, a sassy black girl on set. And that's one of the things that I think I feel like I landed, because when I got here, I was like, why did you come here? It's all dried up. But one of the things, how me personally, how I carry myself, like my word is my bond. So if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be somewhere. And like a lot of people in the Bay, they flake. And that's how like
it's worse in LA.
Yeah. And that's how like I've been able to just be like very quickly, because I'm always there. I'm always showing up, and people know they can depend on me. So I actually, when I did Douchaholics, I wasn't supposed to have any lines. And I got lines because somebody flaked.
You kept showing up.
I kept showing up. And so it turned out just amazing, and they treated me like a queen, of course. And it was just great, because it's just very hard always being the only black person. And like when I come on scene, like I'm literally representing a whole nation. And so, you know, it's kind of heavy. So I always want to make sure that anytime that I'm producing something, that it's always positivity, and it's always to like push my individual like community forward, because we really need that.
And speaking of pushing our community forward, so WeXL is now producing Peacock. And so we're
gonna have girl gangsters?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I hope. I mean, VJ.
I mean, we're producing it, so we gotta do it.
Oh, that's what you strong arm him.
Yeah, we're not gonna tell him what to do. We're just gonna encourage him.
Encourage him, because we're very talented.
Yeah.
But also, here's the thing. With our help, we were able to get Peacock into Amazon's All Voices Film Festival.
Oh, nice.
So everyone, please go watch Peacock on Amazon Prime, because it's free on Amazon Prime. And
if you have Amazon Prime.
If you're a Prime member.
If you don't, it's $1.99.
Well, actually, I brought it down to 99 cents, but Amazon hasn't kicked it in yet.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It should be 99 cents.
So also the 30-day free trial, like just watch it.
Yes, there is a free trial. So this could get you to do that.
My free trial.
You used up
Go over to a friend's house, somebody you know has Amazon Prime.
Well, if you do end up spending the money on Peacock, it is worth it. WeXL does get it. And then if we win the All Voices Film Festival, so you need to watch the whole thing, rate and comment it, right? That's very important. Watch the whole thing or else we'll get dinged. And let me tell you, there's a ton of competitors out there that's from LA. So if you're in the Bay Area and want to give our community a boost, do it. Or if you're just anywhere in the United States, they only count US viewers, FYI.
That's good to know.
Just watch it and enjoy it, and it'll count into, you know, getting us to the next level. And then we are 100%, WeXL is producing the TV series for it. So that's what we're talking about. So Peacock right now is only a 14-minute film, comedic film. It's very much like The Office.
Yeah.
And I know you two have watched it before.
Yes,
The Office or Peacock?
Peacock.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say both, but The Office I've watched like 12 times.
Okay, Peacock like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what did you think about Peacock? Without spoilers.
That's kind of hard. First of all, shout out to Scott with 1T, who is also in Douchaholics with me. He's in Peacock, very funny. I love the parody about like VJ trying to come off as a gangster, but you can clearly see that he is this not a gangster at all. It's because I'm gonna have to tell it. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I don't know.
I mean, we can give a little bit.
Because say it, because we can have a conversation, because I think I've had this similar conversation.
The thing about Peacock is like, you know, he's a gangster for equality. And nobody does that in any gang. And then he is like a situation where he has a confrontation with another gang member, and he like totally takes the opposite approach, and that's what makes it funny.
Oh, not to spoil it. So even talking to the community, and one of our board members, he's an African American filmmaker, and he says, it's really hilarious, but it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way, but you know, cause I'm like, because it's borderline appropriation, and VJ and I talk about, cultural. He goes, and I'm like, yes, I was talking to VJ about it. So apparently, what did you think about that part of it, like borderline?
It was very borderline, but at the end of the day, like, Black is where it's at, and everybody want to be us, and that's just what it is. And everybody, like everybody has their take on it. And I mean, like if you want to throw some history into it, like we were the first people on the earth, so it's natural for like everybody to like follow the formula. So that's fine. That's why I said you need a Black girl gangster. Put me on there, and then we good. I'm not worried about that, because I feel like and then he did have Black people on there.
The other gang.
The other gang was Black, so that's what kind of like brought it back, because you have to have like validation, and that was his validation for that. And
and it's all in good light.
Yeah, it is.
It's
really
all
is.
in good light.
Yeah.
And to me, as a brown person, as an Asian brown person, Ali Wong calls us jungle Asians because I'm Filipino. I always felt this sort of identity crisis. I was not a light-skinned Asian person, and so my family would make fun of me for being dark-skinned. And I'm the darkest skinned out of my family. And I always kind of felt like I didn't understand which way I was supposed to go.
Right.
So this sort of brown identity crisis was so palpable to me, and that's why I really I'm like in love with Peacock. I love him.
I'm in love with it too.
I love him so much.
I love it.
It's just like so like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's just like so like heartwarming and just tender, and you guys just have to watch it.
Because it actually turns out to be a love story at the end.
Yeah, like because you were saying that he's like standing up for equality and love, like, and then there's a section where he's sad that they don't have any Indians in his gang except for himself. He's like, no Indian wants to be a gangster. Like that's just so funny to me.
Right.
And for me, being in the Bay Area and knowing that this is like a Fremont gang is hilarious, because I lived in Hayward, like Fremont.
Nobody's checking for Fremont, clearly.
And Scott is also part of the LGBTQ community as well.
So I mean, that was
very
cool.
well represented. Yeah. They said, you know, how much of this in the All Voices Film Festival form, it says how much of this is diverse, like cast and crew, and it was like 100%. Absolutely. I mean, we have every representation. Yeah. And also, I mean, now moving forward, because we've joined forces with VJ, we can really truly create and support his work, and he's also going to support our work, our community's work. He's already done that. We've already jammed together, you know, doing a silly little video, which we can show. Should we show that? Should we show that?
So funny.
We should show that. We should show that. We haven't done it. We haven't showed it yet. I was waiting for the right opportunity. So I think this is the right opportunity. And now, you know, I mean, I think it's up and away, ladies.
Yeah. I'm
really
excited.
All for it.
I mean, what do you guys think about the Bay Area having film here?
Oh, yes, please.
There's going to be more.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to move anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, I was telling you that one of the SAG-AFTRA people, Frank, that we've met many times, he was telling me that a set of investors came together and funded an 800,000 square foot studio right next to the 13 Reasons Why studio in Vallejo. So there's going to be more coming. Now we need the casting to also come here,
Yeah.
so that the
The
amazing
major
talent,
roles.
including us,
Yes.
can get paid.
Yes.
And be able to afford
Speaking
these
roles,
$5,000.
please.
Speaking
Speaking
roles.
roles.
And
Yes.
corporations, please remember to pay your actors. Please remember.
Don't
you
get us
are
started.
the
That's a
only
whole
ones
nother
that
episode.
actually can have the money. And then we have the narrative filmmakers, independent narrative filmmakers. We'll do something for free because we want narrative roles, but
Right.
and there's not a lot.
Right.
But with the corporations, they need to be paying us for our image.
Yeah, of course,
And-
because in these commercials you make so much money off of it, and you know it's only right to you pay your engineers for the jobs that they do. You got to pay your actors for the jobs that they do.
And I think we should actually tell people to go and follow you on your YouTube channel because that's an actor's
Totally.
channel.
Yeah, so I have a YouTube channel about acting. I don't know everything, and I don't claim to know everything, but I went to college for acting. There's a lot of things that they didn't tell me about, like backstage.com, castingnetworks.com, auditions, just so many things.
So many things.
That they left out, and I try to share all of the stuff I learned after college and in college. So follow me, Belgica Paola, on YouTube, Instagram. Follow us, WeXL, to see what we're doing,
We'll
what
put
we've done
yours
in the
up there
past.
too. Ci'era London, say it.
What's my YouTube channel? Oh, The London Effect.
I love it.
The London Effect. It's all types of randomness on there. I'm not as organized as Arabella. I just have an idea. I put it out there, deal with it.
It's still beautiful. And that's how we get started. And remember, the secret to success is showing up.
Yes, show up.
We showed up.
We showed up.
And now we're here.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Go subscribe.
Subscribe. Do this thing.